The minute they disrupt your peace, you need to tell them peace. From me pouring drinks on him, wig snatching off. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Don't listen to what they say, watch what they do. I don't wanna go back to you. I am not a stop along the way. I am a final destination. Banana bread specifically, the letter B specifically, has me triggered. Pod with Meg. All right. Hey. It's your girl Megan Lex, and welcome to my channel and podcast, Pod with Meg, the solo sessions. If you're back, you're a nutmeg, and if you're new, unfortunately, you're just a nut. So make sure you subscribe, follow, and keep coming back to become a nutmeg. All right, so let's get into it. All right, so today is going to be a story time. And you guys know I love a good story time, and especially when it pertains to a little special someone, as we like to call the Joker around here.
Flashback.
Also, by that point, it was kind of dying down. I don't stay to the end. I stay for the vibes. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. So we dipped, and as I'm leaving, guess who's also leaving? Guess who's also leaving as I'm leaving? The Joker. And that's the thing, I'm pretty sure he was already with a girl when he was fighting this other girl. You thirsty little boy. And so, as I'm leaving, I'm blasting Chief Keef. I'm pissed as f***.
Stop the car! Sugar Mama, stop the car!
Sugar Mama, pull over!
I feel like Sugar Mama from the Proud Family, just driving crazy, that guy, blasting Chief Keef. And all my friends slow down, Megan, calm down. I'm like, no. I'm turning back around, making sure I see him, making sure he sees me, blasting that music, I don't care, trying so hard to be unbothered, even though I'm so bothered right now. I'm circling back around, and then he ends up being directly behind me. And I have custom license plates, so he knows exactly whose car he's behind. Every time he's trying to switch lanes, I'm cutting him off, and we're neighbors. So his ride home is basically my ride home. So we're basically doing Fast and Furious. And my friend's Megan, calm down. I'm I am calm. Blasting Chief Keef. I'm calm. It literally felt like a scene from a reality show or a movie.
End of flashback.
He has been the supporting character of a lot of these story times. And yeah, there's something about this man. I don't know what it is. Do you know that Drake lyric that's I heard that you back with you know who?
I told a girl I'm always back with you know who.
I think those are the lyrics. But yeah, that's what it's giving. It's giving no matter what, we just keep coming back to each other. But now I'm just starting to think, you see this right here? You see this crown? You see that crown right there? Oh my gosh. But no, you see this crown? This is respect. And I don't even need this crown on my finger to remind myself. I mean, I have it above my bed. Hello. But oops. I feel like love is respect, consistency, and care. And yeah, it's just so complicated and toxic. But let's get into it. And today's story time is going to be called Banana Bread. Yes, it's going to be called Banana Bread. Because I have not been so triggered by such bread, such food. And this is so ironic because I don't eat gluten. So automatically against the bread in general. But banana bread specifically, the letter B specifically, has me triggered. And yeah, let me tell you why, because it's not normal for me to be triggered by a letter, a name, or bread. That's insane. But you know what? Sometimes people literally bring out that side of you. And you know what they say? Any relationship in your life should make you better, not bitter or upset. People around you should make you better, should inspire you. And I guess in a way, this man is inspiring me to make a whole podcast called Banana Bread. But you know what? Without further ado, let's get into it right here, right now. Make sure you follow, like, and subscribe. And yeah, let's get into it.
Triggered when I see your face. Triggered when I hear your name. Triggered.
All right, so basically, the way this started, so I've been seeing this guy like on and off for the last 2.5 years, basically. And it's so funny because I was like talking to him and I'm like, I can't do this anymore. And he's like, well, you've been doing this for the last 5 years. And I was even telling my friends, I'm like, the Joker said this, I need to ignore him because he's kind of right. Because sometimes when you have those love goggles, you just can't see clearly, like rose colored glasses. Like you think you're in hell and everything is red and magical. No, you don't know. And you know what color is heaven? Heaven is white. It is pure. You see this right here? This is clarity. And I feel like I can finally see clearly. That's why I'm wearing this gorgeous beige, right? You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, I feel like I'm finally thinking clearly. And I feel like for the last few years, I've been thinking with my... So I need to, yeah, back to being clear. So basically, let me get started. I feel like I always procrastinate when it comes to these stories because I know it's always going to be so long. All right, so basically, yeah, so I've been seeing this guy on and off for the last 2.5 years. We have really good chemistry, really good banter. I really feel like we're so similar. It's funny because I was recently watching Laguna Beach. Laguna Beach reunion. I almost got so emotional. It was so good. But yeah, like when Kristen and Steven from Laguna Beach, they were this toxic couple in high school and they were always arguing and everything. And then when the friends would talk about it, you know, when they showed the scenes and like the friends, I think it was all these girls were at the nail salon and they're like, Kristen and Steven fight and argue so much because they're so alike. And I feel like when it comes to me and this guy, we are very alike. Like I feel like we are very similar. We both like to have fun. But you know what? I'm demure and my mom used to always say a woman should never have too much anger. And I used to not get that. I used to be like, you know what? I'm a woman. I should feel how I want to feel. But you know, if you want to be in your divine feminine, you do have to be a little bit, yes, have those emotions, let them out, release this peace. But you know, it's very important to be in your receiving and just let yourself receive unconditional love and good energy. But never let yourself, the minute you start receiving disrespect, you say next. The minute they disrupt your peace, you need to tell them peace. And in this situation, I should have told this man peace a long time ago. But there's just something about him where I just feel like we keep coming back. And it's like, now I'm back in my Charlie XCX, like, wait, is it? Maybe you should back to you. Baby, I don't wanna run back to us. Maybe you should run right back to her. I don't wanna go back to back to back.
6 hours later.
Hey guys, it's me in the future, technically. And also, I was looking at that footage. I filmed that at 4 in the morning. I had just woken up. I fell asleep super early. So yeah, that's why I look slightly crazy, but ooh, I look good right now. Like looking at the difference between the two is kind of funny. But okay, so I do want to add some stuff because I'm editing already, you know. I filmed it literally earlier today at 4 in the morning. Went to the dentist, cleaned, got ready, showered and everything. Gonna go to work, then yoga. But yes, so basically back to the story. So yeah, I forgot to mention, yeah, so we've been through so much together in the last 2.5 years. From me pouring drinks on him, from wig snatching off, all this crazy drama. There's been so much drama in the last 2.5 years. And I literally can't believe we're still in each other's lives. But I feel like just no matter what, we keep coming back to each other. And this man was like begging to see me. He was texting me like, you've been doing this for 5 years. And I was like, actually, it's been almost 3. And people change. Maybe you should try it.
Also, I forgot to mention that I literally told him he should hit up Banana Bread Girl instead. And of course, his horny ass doesn't acknowledge it.
Because, yeah, I feel like this man is not trying to change and become better. And it's ironic because he's in Bali right now, my dream place. And I hope he's having a spiritual awakening. But yeah, he was texting me like, I only want to be with you, da 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 da. So that's why the banana bread is so confusing because he was texting me like, literally we're going back and forth and he's trying to make it seem like he wants to be with me and only me. And you know how these guys are. Don't listen to what they say, watch what they do. Yeah, because sometimes it's just back to back to back nonsense. So yeah, we've been talking on and off. He always reassures me that it's just me and how he only wants me and like all this stuff. I don't know, and that's the thing. We have this relationship where I kind of just let go of the pressure because I'm like, you can't force anyone to change, and I wouldn't want anyone in my life that I want to change. And the thing is, I don't even want this guy to change. I just want honesty. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. That's how I feel, and I feel like with him, it's like I feel like he tells me one thing, and I do feel like, yeah, like you're right. Like you do love me and only want me because I'm awesome. But then it's like banana bread. All right, so let's go to the banana bread incident specifically. So one day I was working, I was doing my TikTok shop lives. I go to the studio and it's a very professional setup and we do the TikTok shop lives. So basically what I do is I sell products for brands on TikTok shop on live stream. So it's like a fun live stream, but the whole goal is to share the product with people and show them why they should get it. I work from like protein bras to I work from protein bras to bags, if you know the bag smart, and oak bras and built bars. So you never really know what to expect. And it's a really fun time. I really enjoy it. You know, I do live streams naturally. So getting paid to do it and help brands share their story with other people to get themselves out there is really nice. You know, good karma. And yeah, abundance is giving. The more you give, the more you receive. And I do give a lot of time to my work, to my own personal brand, to my business. So yeah, my time is very important to me. So one day after work, this guy, the Joker, he was texting me all day trying to hang out. And I'm like, I'm working, like maybe later we can hang out some. Actually, no, I told him I was working and like later, let's do it. No, maybe. Key point, I didn't say maybe. So I'm texting him and I'm like, hey, I just finished work. And he's like, oh, hey, I'm running errands. I might stop by later. Excuse me? So we're texting and I'm being respectful. I'm keeping him updated that I'm working and letting him know I'll be done by a certain time. And so when I'm done working, I text him and I'm like, hey, I just got off work. Did you still want to hang out? And he's like, oh, hey, I'm running errands. I might stop by later. You're running errands and you might stop by later? Excuse me? You're running errands and you might stop by later? Excuse me? As the great Blair Waldorf once said, I am not a stop along the way. I am a final destination. Let me repeat myself. As the great Blair Waldorf once said, I am not a stop along the way. I am a final destination. I hope that was the quote.
I'm not a stop along the way. I'm a destination, and if you refuse to attend, I'm gonna have to find a replacement. Girls, the waiting list.
But yeah, I'm not a stop along the way. I am a final destination. I'm not the stop in between here and Paris. I am Paris, okay? So don't try to make it seem like your time is more valuable than mine and that you might stop by and you want to keep me on the hook, leave me hanging. Absolutely not. And it's crazy. When he said that, my intuition went ding, ding, ding. Like my intuition was like, something's off because if you want to see someone, especially someone you want to see romantically, and it's not that far, like it would have been 30 minutes to an hour before I saw him. I feel like you say might if it's going to be like 3 or more hours in the future and you're like, okay, I might come over. But if you are literally nearby, it's nighttime, and you're saying I might stop by afterwards, red flag. So when he said that, my intuition completely just went off. And I think I was braiding my hair, so I wasn't really too focused on it. I was like, focused on me, braiding my hair. I'm braiding my hair this weekend. I'm so excited. Before Vegas, me and my friends are doing a girls trip to Vegas. Check out my Vegas vlog. That was so much fun. My Vegas vlog for my 23rd birthday. Vegas! Gang's all together!
Happy birthday, Megan!
Yeah, we're in Vegas. Yay!
Initiating system 1.
Sorry, side note, but you gotta be your own biggest fan. Gotta promote myself. Shameless self promo. But yeah, definitely check out that Vegas vlog. It was a lot of fun. And I might film another one this year or do something else that's cool and fun. Because it's only gonna be a short trip. I mean, they always are. You never want to go to Vegas for like more than 2 days or a weekend. Otherwise, it just gets boring. But yeah, I'm super excited. I'm gonna braid my hair this weekend. But yeah, that day I was braiding my hair, so I wasn't too focused on what he was doing. Because literally an hour can go by like that when you're braiding your hair. I texted him back being like, might. I have to plan my skincare and night accordingly, babe. Like, might? I don't do might. I'm not a maybe type of girl. I'm a yes. 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 Yeah. You don't say maybe to me. It's either yes or nothing. Either say yes or bye-bye. So basically he said that to me and I was braiding my hair and I'm just like, something's off, but you know what? I'm braiding my hair. I don't really care. So I'm braiding my hair. I don't care. So as I said, I need to plan my night accordingly. My skincare, my night, that takes time and that is where my energy goes to. So you can't just tell me might, okay? So if you might, then I might cancel the night, all right? Let me stop. So an hour goes by and he responds and he's like, hey, I just finished. And once again, red fucking flag, because even when you're running errands, it doesn't take you an hour to respond, you know what I mean? And so he responds an hour later, then he calls me and I'm like trying to get the vibe. And I literally pause. Like he calls me, he's like, hey, I just finished running my errands and da da da. And I'm like, I pause. He's like, do you want me to come over still? And I'm just like, in that moment, I should have listened to my gut. But in that moment, I did ignore my intuition. And this is a good lesson about never ignoring your intuition. Never ever ignore your intuition because it is always right. That's why we have it. That's why we have our intuition. It's our guide. And also let insecurity be your guide. The minute a guy makes you feel insecure, that is your guide to exit stage left, because your man, anyone in your life, and once again, should be adding to your life, not subtracting. They should not be giving you stress, making you feel insecure. No, 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 no. Yeah, we're on the phone. I pause and I hesitate. I ignore my intuition, but you know what? I'm kind of glad I did because I got the answers I needed from ignoring my intuition. So you know what? I guess everything happens for a reason, and now we're here. But yeah, so my intuition was kind of just like, maybe don't let him come over. But you know what? I was like, it's been a long day. You know, a girl has needs. Do you guys remember that Hannah Montana episode when she's talking to her dad and she's like, I have needs? And he was like, what? She's like, I have knees. But no, guys, I have knees, you know what I mean? But yeah, so he comes over, and when he comes over, like, he literally, that's the thing, we're super close. He has the code to my apartment. Like, we are tight. So it's like, not me saying we're tight. Like, if anything, I would expect you to respect me, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, sometimes, as Jennifer Lawrence once said, you have to teach people how to treat you, or sometimes you just have to walk away and say, next, thank you, next. As the great Ariana Grande said. So yeah, so he comes over and I'm in the shower because it was a long day. I was braiding and I just like, you know, I was in the shower when he comes over. So I come out of the shower and he's in my room looking all cute. And it's just like, it was kind of giving like, this is going to sound so like dorky and corny, but it was kind of giving, you know, like wifey, I just showered. There's my little hubby waiting for me. But no, 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 no. No, 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 oh, no, no, no. Stick to the stuff you know. Oh my gosh, I love a good music moment. Okay, oh my gosh, I need to tell, I have another story time about this date. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna do a podcast called Never Settle, because literally never settle. Even though he was such a gentleman, the date was so annoying. You guys, I need to stay focused. Oh my goodness.
What's wrong with you?
Alright, so he comes over and he was just looking so cute. You know, I got out the shower. Yeah, he was just being so cute. And then I'm like, how's your day? Once again, never ask a guy how his day was. Let him ask you. Never ask a guy how his day was. If it wasn't involving you, it wasn't that good. So let him ask you, because also, you're not nobody's mother. I'm not going to smother you or ask you how your day was. You ask me how my day was, and then I might reciprocate. This is what these men do to you. Because apparently you can't ask a guy how his day was without being lied to. You know what I mean? So yeah, I asked him how his day was. He's like, it was good, da da da. And then he was like, how was your day? So I was like telling him about work, told him that I broke the record for sales because, you know, I'm that girl.
With a face like this and a bitch this paid. Shit, what could a hoe say?
And I told him how I broke the record for the sales, which, you know, happens pretty often, back to back breaking records. Just very grateful. And I love the work environment. It's so much fun. And I'm so blessed and grateful. But yeah, I was telling him about work and he was like, oh, I went to the gym today. Didn't indulge anything about the errands he was running. Very interesting. So yeah, we're hanging out and I think an hour or two goes by and I'm like, I'm a little hungry. And he was like, oh, I'm full. First of all, when a woman tells you she's hungry, that is your cue to feed her. And the thing is, this guy, he's asked me to cook for him. And this is the thing. I remember one time, me and this guy were hanging out. It was right after I watched 10 Things I Hate About You. So I was like, I don't know. I had that in my mind. And I was like, what are 10 things you love about me? Because, you know, at the end, she says like all those 10 things that she hates, but she actually ends up saying that she loves him.
But mostly I hate the way I don't hate you. Not even at all.
But yeah, so I got that idea and I was like, what are 10 things you love about me? And he actually told me all these things. He listed it out. It was really cute. He was like, I love your smile, your laugh, your eyes, your face, your... And then at the end, he was like, and I love how you cook for me. And I was like, aw, wait, I've never cooked for you before. But after he said that, I actually started cooking for him because we had gotten closer and all these things. So it's not like we have a relationship where you are able to tell me no, especially when I tell you I'm hungry. No guy should ever let a girl go hungry that he cares about. If you care about me, you should want me to be energized. You should want me to be fed, healthy, stamina, hello. Sophie, stop. But yeah, so when he said that, I was just like, that's so weird because normally he would be like, let's go get food, Korean barbecue or something. Any guy would be like, let's go get food. Or even with him, I remember one time it was super late at night and we got Korean barbecue. That's why I was super confused when he didn't say anything when I said I was hungry or that he said he was full. Because what? And I remember I asked him, he was like, oh yeah, all I had today was matcha. Like, I wish we'd gone together. Because, you know, that's our thing, getting matcha together. Anyways, so I was like, yeah, I'm a little hungry. And he was like, oh, I'm full. And I'm like, from what? And he was like, oh, I had a matcha earlier. And I'm like, I'm a matcha girly. Matcha will keep you full maybe for like a few hours, but not a whole day. So you're not full from the matcha you had earlier today. Like, what? Even the camera is going blurry because the camera's confused. But yeah, when he said that to me, I was just like, you're full from matcha? And then he was like, oh, yeah, and I also had banana bread. And if I know something, men don't make banana bread. And banana bread is literally a universal girl treat. So when he said he had banana bread, ding, 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 ding. Now it all made sense. Now running errands I might stop by makes sense. And so when he said that, I like kind of just freeze because I'm just like, we've been hanging out for like the last few hours and now you're going to tell me that you were actually at another girl's house. And so when he said that, he goes, yeah, my friend made banana bread. And I was like, what's your friend's name? And he's like literally like searching for the lie in his brain. I literally watch a man lie in real time. I mean, it happens literally every second of every day. But in that moment, I literally saw him search for the lies. He was not ready. And so I was like, what's your friend's name? And he's like, oh, ooh, looking for the lie. B? And I'm like, why are you being weird right now? Your friend's name is not B. B is probably the code name for your friend. And it's so interesting because I remember, don't judge me guys, but you know how sometimes those like horoscope things come up? And it literally was like, yeah, for some reason, I'm thinking of the name Bree. And so when he said B, and I saw that later, I'm like, oh, B actually probably means brie. And not the cheese, but definitely the bread, because she made banana bread for my man. And that's the thing. It's not about the banana bread. It's not about the bees, the banana bread, the whatever. It's not about that. It's the fact that this man is putting me in a position where I feel insecure. And like I said, let insecurity be your guide. The minute a guy lets you feel insecure or makes you feel less than how you really are, that's your cue to say bye-bye. You don't argue because guys don't respond to words. They respond to actions. They respond to no contact. The best way you can do to someone is remove the access. It's like if someone gets banned from a spa and they keep getting access to that spa, they're not going to learn anything. You have to remove the access from that person. I love spas. That's why I said that. It's kind of a weird analogy, but I love a good spa. But you know what I mean? So when it comes to him, when he said that to me, I was just like, I think at first I was in denial. Like at first I was just like, you did not just do that, right? The minute he said that, I was like, literally we were cuddling and I just immediately like back away. I'm like, wait, what? And he was like, I was just like, And he made it seem like it was for work purposes, but I don't know, my intuition just went ding, 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 and I just did not like that. And I didn't like the fact that he was going to leave me hanging for another girl's banana bread. Or it's not even about the banana bread. It's not about the pasta. Do you guys remember that from Vanderpump Rules?
Read between the f***ing lines. It ain't about the pasta. It's not about the pasta. It's not about the pasta. It's not about the pasta.
It's not about the banana bread. It's the fact that he was going to leave me hanging for someone else. It's the fact that he's giving someone else access to him. It's the fact that someone else is being able to say, oh my gosh, the other day I made banana bread and the Joker tried some. That's how these girls are. And it's like, Once again, nothing about her. He shouldn't even allow that to happen. And I feel like for the last 2.5 years, I watch my story times. You will just see for yourself. I have been put in situations where I've run into girls. It's just been so much energy, and it's like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. I literally cannot believe I cried over banana bread. And now I literally hate the letter B. I hate the letter B. I hate banana bread. And that's the thing. I'm a loving person. So the fact that someone is bringing out these feelings inside me, I don't deserve this. I deserve the world and more. Princess treatment. Princess way or no way? Princess way or no way? Princess way or no way? I have this like hanging up in my room, but literally, princess way or no way? Otherwise, you will not be here to stay. But yeah, so basically, after that, I kicked him out and I told him I was leaving. I actually just went on a drive and just to clear my head and think about everything. And then afterwards, I told him that I don't want to see him anymore. And yeah, because it just doesn't feel right. And that's the thing. I would never want him to feel that way. And I really like him. And the thing is, we've told each other I love you. That's what makes it so confusing and toxic, because we know we have these deep feelings for each other, but it just ends up getting so messy and I just can't. And I'm not going to put myself in a position to be second best, to be a stop along the way. Absolutely not. I'm a final destination. I'm the one and only. And if you can't see that, bye, bye, bye. Thank you, next.
Bye bye, it's over again.
And so basically, yeah, that's the story of why I just can't do banana bread. That's the lore of banana bread. That's the reason why I just can't stand banana bread right now. And the funny thing is, I really never liked banana bread. It's like my psychic abilities were kicking in from a young age. It's like I always knew that this would happen one day. Who knows? But I've never liked banana bread, and now I definitely don't like it. But honestly, this is why I have this podcast. Release this piece. Talking about it helps me realize that it's so ridiculous for me to have beef with bread. Banana bread, to be exact. I do already have beef with bread. I don't like gluten. I love gluten-free bread. I just try to follow an anti-inflammatory diet. And I also try to follow a vegan diet as much as possible. I feel like it helps my skin, my health, my wellness. Health is wealth. Mental health is wealth as well. And the funny thing is, this guy used to say, "You're so bad for my mental health, I can't take it." But look at him. It's just too toxic and I just can't deal with it. And I know that we have a lot of history and we really like each other, but
I love you, but I love me more.
as Samantha Jones once said, I love you, but I love me more. And that's the thing. I might love you, but I love me more. Self-respect and dignity comes before all things. So yeah, on to the next. And it's not even on to the next. It's just about focusing on me. It's all about my energy. As I told you, my time and energy is so precious between TikTok shop, my acting career, my live streaming, my podcast, my YouTube vlogs. I literally don't have time to waste on anyone who's going to play games with me. No, why would I ever want to cook for someone who's eating someone else's food? Like, no, if someone else is feeding my dog, they can have it. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. And that's the thing. He would come over with his dog. It was like we were like a little family. It was so cute. But you know what? At the end of the day, you have to watch a person's actions, not listen to their words. Don't listen to a person's words, watch their actions. And that will tell you everything you need to know. And yeah, so basically, that's the story of banana bread and B, or Brie, as the YouTube horoscope told me. You guys, I literally, and usually I think of a code name, so I can say it because it's just hearsay. I don't have confirmation that's her real name. But yeah, so
6 hours later.
And listen to this. Also, TTT. So a few days later on Friday night, my friend so I actually ran into her a few times, so it's very interesting. And she's from the same state as the Joker. So it's so interesting. That energy is always surrounding me. I remember when I first met her, I was like, "Where are you from?" And then she said, and I'm like, "Oh, that's where the Joker's from." I probably am going to bleep that out. And so I always run into her, and then come to find out, we met at a Poppy/Sephora shoot. That was so much fun. I want to insert a clip from that video.
You can have a lot of Sunday mornings.
Yeah, a lot of Sunday mornings. That's nice.
It's a little spicy like me, because I'm a nutmeg.
Okay.
We met at that shoot, and then we saw each other again at the TikTok shop place I'm working at now. And so, yeah, I just keep on running into her. Even her license plate has the state the Joker is from. So I'm like, oh my gosh, his energy is everywhere. And so she hit me up on Friday night being like, "Hey girl, let's go out." And I'm like, I wasn't really feeling it because I've just been in my cocoon, you know, like a butterfly in her cocoon, just hibernating. I go to work, yoga, I leave the house to work out, work and eat. That's about it, hang out with my friends. And so when she hit me up, I was like, oh, I don't know. But then this other girl was talking to me about some promoter dinner, and I don't really do promoter dinners, but how can I say no to a free dinner? And it was a place I haven't been to before. And so I go to the dinner and I'm like rushing because I go to work, then yoga, then I go to dinner like right after. And I don't want to be late because the guy's like, don't be late. And I'm like always late. And of course, I end up being the first one there. And it's very interesting because this song called Papa Ute means Papa, where are you? Or Dad, where are you? It started playing this really cool Afro beats. It was like fire everywhere. And so I end up getting there early. I'm the first one there, like my worst nightmare. But they were playing Papa Ute, which is that French song, and I speak French, you know, je parle français. And so they're playing that song, and I just feel like it's a spiritual experience because I lost my dad in September. So listening to that song, being alone, being the first one at dinner, it's all very different. And so that song is playing, and then I'm waiting for everyone to get there. And so the last girl that gets there, she's kind of annoying. Something about her vibe is just so childish, and like her dress is so see-through. I can literally see everything. And so no judgment, but it's like, girl, come on, let's keep it classy. We're at a classy restaurant. People are spinning fire and eating fire at this restaurant. And come to find out, her name also starts with a B. It's a variation of a B name. Her name is Brie. And so once I find that out, I'm like, this girl is probably the banana bread girl. And this is what happens to me. Literally, when it comes to this guy, I see all the signs. So many weird things happen. And the fact that I end up going to dinner and the girl who I was supposed to meet later that night, we ended up doing a rain check with the girl I originally had plans with because she had a date. But it's so interesting because her energy was the reason why I ended up going out in the first place. And she's from the same state as the Joker. And so I go to those haunted promoter dinners, those promo dinners, you always meet some crazy girl or something. And of course, she probably ends up being the banana bread girl. And that just happens. Literally, when it comes to this guy, I always end up having these story time moments, and it happens almost every time. But yeah, that's the story of banana bread. I'll see you guys later. I have to rush to work. That's the story. And yeah, I told that guy I don't want to see him. And literally, I just can't anymore. It's just been back to back to back, and I just can't do it anymore. I deserve peace, love, and happiness, and so do you guys. And so yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate all of you guys. Have a great night, day, evening, afternoon, morning, whatever it is, wherever you are. Follow, like, and subscribe for more story times, vlogs, and new podcasts weekly. Pod with Meg all day, every day. So yeah, thank you next. It's not about the banana bread, it's about the respect. And I deserve the ultimate respect and love and care and affection. And I don't need to feel threatened by banana bread or anything else by that matter. Okay? All right. Thank you all so much for joining me today. Have a great night, day, evening, afternoon, morning, whatever it is, wherever you are. Bye, Nutmegs. See you next time.
Maybe it's time to go bye.
And make sure you like, follow, and subscribe, and keep coming back to become a nutmeg. All right. Hey, everybody. Now my voice crack. All right. Wait, there's something in my eye. There's hair in my eye. And, ooh, no. All right. I have not filmed in months, but this was necessary. Honestly, shout out to my sister. I left it in New York for Christmas, and she sent it to me. Thank you, sis. Appreciate you. Oh my gosh. Back to you. Maybe I don't want to go to us. Don't listen to people's words. Watch their accent. Oh, excuse me. All right, everybody. Hey.
Yeah, you better get that right, boy. You better get a job. Stop lacking at your mom's, boy. You